coffee makers.
You
Keurigs
don't
are
necessarily have to go
good.
to name brand either.
Keurigs are good if you are in a house where there are a bunch of people who want a bunch of different kinds of coffee.
Yeah.
Cause you get the little K cups as like individual
Yeah.
like blends or whatever.
Yeah.
And so if someone's like, "Oh, I want caramel cappuccino," and then someone else is like, "I want dark roast black
good.
coffee,"
Fuck that.
then yeah, you could switch them out very easily, and everybody can just make their own
Yeah.
individual things.
It's what we have at work, so.
Okay, we are live. I will.
Shit.
We're live talking about
what?
cappuccinos, everyone.
Yeah.
Cough.
So, hello everybody.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, this is Fiends and Friends. We are live again, as we almost always are, Friday nights, playing some. Tonight is Flames of Freedom again. We are on the second episode of this Flames of Freedom horror story.
Ooh,
that
spoopy.
that we are doing as an interlude for our regularly scheduled programming, which is usually Zweihander RPG Scarlet Sash stories. But one of our primary cast members is out doing real life stuff for the next week after this.
Or two.
Or so. No, the shows are this weekend and next weekend. And so he should be done after next weekend and
Okay.
alive again.
Yay, we could stab him in the jugular.
Exactly. And so we figured we won't leave Cody behind for 3 weeks. We will just do a different story. And a lot of us had been really interested in playing Flames of Freedom. And so it fell upon me as the regular Scarlet Sash Stories host to put something together. And so here we are, episode 2, Flames of Freedom. I had an exceptionally busy day today. So I'm just like a little bit tired. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't have anything to change for our safety tools. I can just pass that question to you guys. Does anybody have anything in particular that they are wanting to address before we get started? Actually, I just remembered that I need to...
I have something I would like to address. Why are these nuts not in your mouth, Hunter?
That is inappropriate. But,
Start on that.
I have a problem with peanut butter.
Are you allergic?
I'm gonna go eat
No.
some peanut butter. I got like 3 containers of it because my buddy bought me a couple. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
So
You
what...
have to eat it in like the most provocative ways possible.
Yeah.
And rub it all over my face with a knife. Oh, yeah.
So there is
I
one
can feel it
thing
in my pores.
that I need to do.
I might get over 2 turned on, though.
It's true. That's my problem with it.
Peanut butter turns you on.
Oh, God.
My iPad is currently being used by my family, so I am downloading the Flames of Freedom book real quick on this computer.
Oh, I should have that open. I
Real
don't have it
quick.
open.
Was your real quick something that you wanted to say, or was that a
Oh no, I
mocking?
was just saying.
Yeah,
it real-
okay. Yeah, so it is almost done. And then I need to pull something from my Google Drive real quick, and then we are good to go.
I really just need to buy the actual hardcover book. Computers don't like PDFs.
Bro, it's so pretty.
And the
So
books
if
are-
your computer's having trouble with it, that you should have a low res version.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not like terrible. It's
While
just...
Hunter does this, I'll be right back.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you do your thing. I'm downloading just a few things. I did some prep work between last session and today, and I need to actually put it in the Roll20. So let's look at this.
needed snacks.
I will be finishing my dinner as we do like the intro and everything.
Jesus, Hunter.
Wow.
Bro, usually I have time at work to eat, but tonight was nuts, and so I did not have any time to eat my own food.
Oh dear.
We're good.
What the hell just happened?
That was some weird noise.
My gummy snacks almost rolled onto the floor.
I'm glad that they didn't. That would have been
Me
very sad.
too.
You screamed like
Ah, ah!
a southern maid character in
Oh,
the old
my!
Tom and Jerry cartoon.
My gummy snacks.
They
Okay.
make all sorts of weird screams.
So
Giggity?
I will recap real quick, and you guys can feel free to add things. Chris, we were using your character's default name. Did you change it? Are you Augustine now?
Augustine, but yes.
What did I say? Augustine? Augustine? Did I say it weird?
That's what you did.
Augustine.
I mean, you say August like that. Augustine? August?
You didn't say that.
Agustin.
Yeah.
You said Augustine.
Yeah, I say August. It's the first month of summer.
How is it
August,
written?
like you disgust me.
Or the first month of fall. August. Yeah.
Imbecile.
Yeah, that.
Okay, yeah, so I don't even remember what your character's default name was, but we will say that Augustine was with us
Hey,
the whole
good.
time. And you did do a few things. But so the 5 of you were dispatched to investigate a safe house that had gone quiet. And so you traveled to this very remote estate in rural New Jersey, out in the wilderness, and came upon the house. The first sign of distress was the mountain lion screaming in the forest. So as the group were approaching, they heard some startled deer go running by, and then a mountain lion was screaming its territorial yell. And so they decided that possibly it would be safer to go inside, which they did, upon which they discovered some red coats, not the people, but the actual clothing item hanging in the entryway, which sort of tipped some of them off that maybe something was amiss, because one of the potential dangers that they were told to expect is that it's possible that the safe house was discovered by the British and maybe raided or something like that. And so then they did a bunch of exploring, and we did a lot of like fluff stuff for the various rooms of this very nice manor that was gifted to the rebel cause.
Hunter, someone wants you to do the mountain lion scream.
Oh, yes. I'm not going to do it, but I have a sound for it.
Do it.
Yeah, that's your job. You have to do it.
Yeah. That gets
Doesn't
me
sound
hot.
like a lady at all.
And that is not a very good recording of a mountain lion scream.
No.
I will say that the real thing is way scarier and sounds way more like just a human out in the woods screaming their head off. So those of you who want to know, you should Google mountain lion scream, watch one of the videos. It's horrifying. So that was what compelled our investigators to go inside. They rummaged around the first floor of this big manor, which had been converted into sort of this rebel intelligence safe house, and had just gone into the basement down here, where they are exploring the second basement kitchen, and while exploring, heard a gunshot somewhere deeper in the basement. one thing to note is that while they were exploring the house, our gambler friend, whose name is Guillermo, happened to be looking out the window trying to spot the mountain lion or maybe see what was going on outside as it was sort of lightly raining, and spotted a deer, an adult buck, doing something weird. As he was peering into the darkness, realized that what he was looking at was a fully grown buck standing on its hind legs at the edge of the forest, looking at them through the window. Which kind of spooked him a little bit, and he described to his companions what he saw, and our friend Nuklob was convinced that it was a Wendigo come to finish the job after losing his family to a Wendigo in his early life. Believes that he must, or that he has a mission of vengeance against the Wendigo, and he believes that this is the reckoning come for him. And so then, as they were all exploring the basement, heard a musket go off somewhere deeper in the basement, and that is where we ended. And so we are basically ready to jump right into it.
Can I just say, spoiler alert, you said it was a gunshot. Now we know it's a musket.
Yeah, so I mean, it probably wouldn't be like an AK-47 or something like that.
You don't know that. You can't prove that.
Unless there's some time travel shenanigans or something going on.
You're making some assumptions here.
Yeah.
Right? This fucking guy.
This idiot who's like controlling the game, thinking he knows what's going on.
Right.
So yeah, we leave off with the our Wendigo seeking friend still upstairs, 4 people in the basement, and the sort of echoing sound of the gunshot just reverberating off the walls as people are beginning to figure out what's happening in the basement. And we didn't start initiative because nobody had actually seen any bad guys yet.
No.
But yeah, so we have, let's see, we've got Zane in this big storage area in the left.
That's me.
We've got Guillermo and Albert on this hallway that kind of snakes around on the right. Oh, let me make your name visible for your token real quick, Chris. Boop. All right, so we've got Augustine down there in the basement kitchen, and then Nuklob upstairs in the upstairs kitchen. And as we left off, we had flipped 2 tokens, and I added a sixth one to include Augustine in our character count. So now it is at 4 fortune, 2 misfortune. All right, and scene. I'm gonna start eating some egg rolls.
I rush in and die.
Excellent.
Nice, nice.
I am going to have my musket drawn to start, so I'm going to give somebody the shooties. Also, I don't know where doors are in here.
Who's running point?
Not me, because I just realized that I didn't give myself weapons.
Ooh.
Whoops.
Oops.
Keep talking, Hunter. The mute makes
Yeah.
it great. Super easy to hear.
I totally unmuted. I don't know why it didn't go. Chris, you can have pretty much any weapon, gear kind of thing that you want. But it is very similar to Zweihander, where a musket does you explode on ones and that sort of thing.
I do have weapons. I just put them in my like trappings for some reason. Cause
Oh, you didn't add them as
Yeah.
rollable. So
Yeah,
Zane,
100.
door
Yeah.
here, door here, door here, door here, door here. So 5 doors.
What?
One there, one there, one here, one there, and one there. Can you
Why
see?
so many doors?
Can you see those?
What?
I think they're
Kinda, yeah.
they're kind of revealed here. Let me reveal a little bit more.
Fucking
What-
shit. I don't.
How do you
man.
get there, Zane? From this one?
From from
The
up
double
there.
door, yeah.
Okay. From where was the gunshot?
It was somewhere
right?
to the south of all of you, and
Uh,
it kind of reverberated and echoed and was muffled, and so it's
guess I'm gonna
difficult
start here.
to pinpoint. Okay, you open up into a dark, dank wine cellar.
I don't think this is where it's at.
And so this is a large room dominated by
Okay. Could be.
2 giant, like, floor to ceiling barrel racks. And so there are barrels at the top and then like bottle slots on the bottom for various bottles of wine and stuff like that, and
I will
alcohol.
check each of the
Okay.
the
Yeah. So
and
you kind of get a sense of this room.
then I'll head over here if there's nobody here.
Yeah, so there's nobody in here. Our 2 right side, I guess we have 3 right side people and 1 person still upstairs. Are you guys? So it looks like Guillermo is looking this way.
Yeah.
So you spy a hallway.
I shoot someone.
Jesus Christ, so many doors.
There's a door, right?
That is a door, and there are 3 doors on this south side of the hallway.
Okay, I'll pick here.
Surprise!
Another hallway with
There's
3
another
more doors.
door! But there's
no,
not 3
one
more
more.
doors.
I
This is
assume this
ridiculous.
where.
So you are all sort of closing in on where you thought you heard the gunshot. So Guillermo and Zane, you are in the ballpark.
Yeah, I'm ready to move through the door whenever everybody else does their thing. So
This is a door.
That is a door.
This is another hallway. This one.
Oh yeah, sorry, I can reveal that. That's just a northern hallway that you've
I'm
seen.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. What's everyone is doing?
What you
first?
gonna do?
I want to kick the door, but I want to know what everyone is going to do first before I kick in the door.
I presume you're all communicating by walkie-talkie, right?
Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
Don't be ridiculous.
We got it.
Like
With
this is-
the supply
Like I said,
drop from the AK.
I'm going in. I just assume like I'm doing my stuff while they're doing this. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just sort of, I was being silly.
yeah, that's fine. Just making sure.
I kick the door.
You kick open this door, and you are not immediately shot. It opens up to a north-south hallway. Narrow.
So many hallways.
It's
Hurry.
kind of, there's a lot.
Fucking maze down here.
So here's a wall, right?
Yeah, maybe I didn't quite reveal that.
Hunter, get better at your revealing.
I
God.
know.
yeah.
There, can you see the wall now?
Yeah,
Kind
I
of.
can see it.
Barely. Fucking nerd.
So,
God, dude,
So
you're so critical.
I
I
do
know.
like with my pistol in hand. I do like.
You want to peek?
Yep.
All right. So this is a super.
Gun comes out with my head.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No, I understand. You're doing the tactical.
Yeah.
This
Put
is
in
an
my head.
extremely long north-south hallway with a bunch of doors in it.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Or
More doors.
More doors.
Who would have guessed?
And
In
actually,
this
Heaven
basement
with
with
doors.
so many doors.
I have issues with doors now.
You're right. What's the most dangerous part about this place? The doors. There's
Doors.
lots of
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah, man. Let me reveal just a little bit more of this.
While he's kicking down doors, I finally make it down the stairs and ask Augustine. Sorry, thinking of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Augustine.
I poisoned everybody's brain with my pronunciation.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
gonna
it's
do.
a
I'm gonna
family
start.
name too, dude. Now I have to hate you forever.
Come down and ask Augustine what happened. Where's everybody? Who shot what?
I don't know who shot what, but everybody kind of ran off in different directions down the hallways, and I'm just and I
Everyone's
just kinda
splitting up
look
again.
around.
Always the best tactic.
Always split the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially down here in basements. That's great.
Yeah, in a house that you have been told is probably haunted.
I split up before the gunshot, so I didn't know.
I mean, but you heard the gunshot. It's not a good excuse.
Who went which way?
No, I went my own path, and then I
They
heard
all
the
went this
gunshot.
way.
Hunter.
I was about to start following them, so I'm gonna
All right, right
kinda
behind.
running. Catch up
Butthole
with them.
Hunter.
All right, so we've got a group
Is
of
this a
3.
door?
On that left there, no, it is wall.
Yeah, you can't see the doors for shit there, Hunter.
Yeah.
Where?
You
In
should
that
use
hallway.
different colors, dude.
You either need to do different colors, make the doors stick out more, or reveal more of the wall.
So there's no doors. Here, I'll reveal a little bit more.
Yeah, like
Don't be cheap. Reveal more.
Guys whining about. There.
if it reveals the
Yeah.
innards of the room a little bit, it's fine. We're not gonna be able to tell
You're
shit.
cheating. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so there are no doors along this like whole stretch here. This is all wall until this is a door, and then there are doors down here
So
and
go-
right here. These are doors too.
Okay, gunshot was here or here?
The first one to the left, definitely more in that area. Yeah.
So I do an eavesdrop here.
All right, hit me with the eavesdrop.
Ooh.
Dang.
Ding ding ding.
I'll say that
Ears are still ringing from the gunshot.
you're hearing something, and you don't know if it's like on the other side of the door or if it's like from upstairs or from somewhere like deeper or in a different area of but you're hearing maybe like the very barely audible muffled voices coming from somewhere.
Okay, the door opens inside or outside?
This one you'd have to pull towards you.
Okay, so I'll pull the door a little bit.
Okay. And so you peek in there and you see your vision is blocked just a little bit by
Dead body.
not dead
Another
bodies,
hallway and a door.
living bodies.
Hot.
And particularly there's a living body wearing a red coat right here. And then a living body right here that is wearing kind of like the bottom half of a red coat uniform, but doesn't have the red coat on. And they are conversing with each other in hushed tones. And actually, I will even reveal just a little bit further here. You can see past this second guy, maybe, that there is a third individual on the other side of him. Like
They
this.
see me?
So if you just crack the door and peek, they don't see you. But they're having like a hushed conversation.
Oh.
This hallway is filled with like gun smoke. The one in the red coat is clearly like in charge and is kind of scolding the one on like farther away from you. Seems to be kind of like yelling at him in whisper about firing his musket. And the one closest to you is holding a weird like rectangular box thing that you can't quite see because he's got his back to you, but he's like he's really looking at this thing in his hands and seems to be like muttering to himself and pondering.
Okay. So, is a hallway, right?
Yeah, that is a corner that you can see, but you don't know what's around it.
Okay. What I would like to do is to can I have some rope or something to tie it up?
You want to tie
Like
the
it-
door?
Yeah, I want to tie
Sure.
the doorknob, right?
Yeah.
Where does it open? To upstairs, up or down? This way?
I don't
Well,
understand the question.
I want to tie the doorknob with the rope and then come back
Which-
here and then
Like,
pull the door and make the door open.
Oh, okay.
So when they get
Yeah.
out, I could start shooting.
so does
okay.
the door open like outward this way?
Yeah,
or does
yeah.
it open outward the other
Yeah,
way?
we said
Okay.
that it opened outward, so he like
Well, yes,
peeked
but
in.
which way outward? It's got a hinge on a certain
Oh,
side.
sorry. Yes, to the
Yeah.
north. To the north is
Okay,
the
so
way that
it's
you.
gonna open out that way.
Yeah, it'll open that way. So you can yank it if you wanted to.
Okay. Oh, anyone else coming down here or?
Yeah,
assuming we're
I'm
still
gonna be
moving.
I'm gonna be running towards the sound of the gunshot. So
I assume I'm about to walk into that hallway with them.
Yeah, I mean if you.
I said I was walking through.
Oh yeah, so you want to open that door and walk through?
That's what I was doing.
All
I
right.
told you.
So you step through. Go ahead and move through there.
No.
And god dang it, give me the right tool. 4 for 4. You basically like bustle through the door and literally like bump into a fourth
Oh God.
dude who's right here, and also like he had his back turned to you and was like also kind of scolding the other guy for shooting. And so you open it up and they all like the two of them like startle, and the one closest to you like you are like right next to each other, and so he can't even like get his musket down, and so he reaches for his sword and they're like, what in the bloody hell?
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
And they you hear from farther down the hallway to the right, you hear the captain guy says, what's going on down there? And he like kind of shoves his way a little bit this way, and they all begin crowding towards you,
Yep.
and they're like, are you a bloody rebel? Put your gun
No,
down.
I'll like sling my gun on my back and be like, I was traveling along this road because I was headed like to the cottage of someone who was like in need of a healer. I'm a healer, and so it started pouring, so I thought I'd take shelter here, and was kind of, no one seemed to be here when I knocked, so I came in, and then I heard the gunshot and came to check it out, so I was making sure everyone was okay.
And the captain's like, god damn it, I told you someone would hear that.
When I hear commotion, I yank the door.
So you yank the door, and we'll indicate that it's open. Like
We
this.
startle with that.
Oh wait.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
so the door opens, and the four of them, like, they don't startle. They, like, freak the hell out. They, like, all whip around, guns drawn.
Jesus Christ.
This guy here, who's holding that weird box thing you can see, pulls a pistol and fires through the doorway. And the gun smoke pours out of the hallway that you guys can see. And he lets out like literally like a little yelp of like ah! As the door opens and he fires through it.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the gunshot. I'll like raise my arms like reflexively.
Yep. And the
What
captain
is going on?
the captain like throws his arm down. He's like, "God damn it, man! I just was telling you not to go shooting around the house." And they like kind of begin infighting, and the three subordinates are like, this place is cursed. Like this is a goddamn madhouse. We need to get out of here, sir. And he's like,
It's cursed. What the hell's been going on?
and the captain turns to you and he's like, "Well, you don't really have a ton of time to explain, but if you make any sudden moves, we won't hesitate to gut you. We already had to."
I understand. You guys have me completely outnumbered. I am not gonna try anything. I'm a healer. I'm not much of a fighter. I just obviously know how to defend myself a bit because you have to, especially when you're traveling.
Roll a deception real quick
Okay.
at plus. We'll do plus 10.
Okay.
Here we can obviously hear the.
You can hear them
Conversation.
like you can kind of hear it. But all of these like doors and hallways have this like strange muffling effect where you kind of get that like
Oh.
so he like the captain guy kind of like eyes you up and down and sees like that you're like kitted out and you've got like your own gun and everything, and he doesn't immediately like like clue in that you're clearly lying.
But he's suspicious.
But
of
he's
me.
like, yeah, this is a little weird that somebody is here now. And yeah, and he reiterates, if you're messing with us or if you do anything funny, we'll gut you and we'll put enough holes in you that no question.
No, I get it. Like, you guys outnumber me. I have a musket and a knife, and you guys have pistols and. I
And yeah,
assume they
they're
have like sabers.
yeah, they're all like pretty kitted out. They've got the full like brown vest muskets. They've got sabers and pistols and powder charges and everything. These are clearly full-on soldiers that are here.
Yeah.
Guillermo,
okay.
you have your weapons drawn.
Oh,
Huh? Who, me?
Who?
No,
Or-
Guillermo.
Oh.
Guillermo.
so I move here.
Do you have your
and-
weapons drawn,
Do you
Nacho?
have your
Yeah, yeah,
weapons
yeah,
drawn?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I see him with his weapons drawn, I've got my pistol out ready to go too. Beat it on
Oh.
the doorway.
I will get here and as soon as I can shoot
Okay, so you wanna fire into the hallway,
that time.
and you wanna fire at the captain.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I will give everybody like just a split second chance to like make one more decision, and then we'll have Nacho shoot and we'll do initiative because that will sort of kick off the hostilities, as it were. So I will even Zane, you can like as you're like looking at this group, maybe you see Guillermo creep around this other hallway, like behind them, and so you have that like split second chance of like you're like, oh shit, something's probably going down if you wanted to do something. And then No Club, Albert, and Augustine, you guys can sort of form up how you would expect. I would assume Guillermo would have communicated at least a little bit of like, okay, I'm sneaking down there, I'm gonna blast him. and then you guys, before you can stop him or
we've
like
been
argue.
together long enough that we can see him going forward.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, that
I guess
idea
go
of
time.
like you guys have operated in these investigations as a team before, and you're like, oh, here goes Guillermo again, like.
Wild card.
So once everybody feels comfortable, we will hop right into initiative order.
My character is basically just ready to bolt through the door they came through, so.
All right.
How is the combat section?
Guillermo, hit me with
Yeah.
your ranged attack roll. And you get an extra d6 fury dice because they are surprised.
I get a plus 10 or anything.
No, because they simply cannot defend themselves. So you will just be shooting, and they cannot try to dodge.
Oh, critical.
That
God damn.
yeah.
No,
And you still
18.
get
My combat
one more
score.
d6 for the surprise that Hunter gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Oh,
Blam, Dizzle!
All right, roll it again.
Somebody gonna die.
it rolled 2 because I got a 6 in the first one. So
Yeah, so you
Just roll
got
the
you got
second one?
you got 6 plus 2, and then you get 6 plus another roll for
Okay.
this dice.
Yeah, Hunter gave you an extra dice for the surprise.
oh,
Yeah,
six
because-
plus 2, 6 plus 2.
Yeah, so when a character is attacked and they are surprised, they take an extra d6 of fury dice.
There you go.
So that's a total of 23, right? 11 plus 12.
That's 11.
11,
That's 11
plus
plus 8.
8. So
19.
19.
Oh yeah. I
Come
don't know.
on, Hunter.
I don't math. Okay, so
Wait.
you blast him with an 18, and give me 5 seconds.
19.
19.
Yeah. It's 8 plus 11.
Yeah, come on, Hunter, you fucking drunkard.
I told you guys. I'm tired. Okay.
I'm tired. I'm Hunter. Wah.
Roll me. Does your gun have vicious or anything? But just because you're gonna roll me a moderate injury.
No, it has black powder. No, just
Okay. Yeah. So roll me d6.
D6.
Yep. Well, testing for injuries.
Nothing.
No injury.
5. Nope.
Okay, and so you were wanting to target the captain.
Yep.
So Guillermo like sneaks down, and was this a pistol? Yeah. So you sneak down, peek around the corner, line up a really good shot, just like right over the shoulder of this guy closest to you, and fire into the captain, who immediately like clutches his ribs and falls against the wall. And he cries out, "Rebels, men to arms!" And they all bristle at that. And freaking Zane, you're like right there, and the two closest to you like immediately turn to you.
Oh, look at me! I'm just as startled! Because he is quite startled by another gunshot.
Yeah, and this is close proximity, more gun smoke into this cramped hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody roll initiative.
Okay. Saint's hoping he goes
I
first.
get this. I got a surprise round, right? So
That was the surprise round, yes.
I have 3 AP. I could reload actually
Oh yes, you could.
and take cover. I should reload, take cover, right?
Yeah, if you would like to.
Yeah, I would definitely like to.
Alright, that's my initiative, whenever.
I'm new to Roll20. Where do I find initiative on this character sheet?
You have to roll a D10 plus, and then put
It's gonna be
initiative.
under talents and trappings to
Yeah.
see what your initiative is at for your character.
Yeah.
So,
Mine is 17.
Yeah, so like mine is initiative 7 on my talents and trappings. So you just roll a d10 and add that to it.
All right. Then let me roll mine real quick.
I really hope I go before them.
This is a little bit more inconvenient without my iPad, but I should be able to grab it sometime soon. D10. D10.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, come on. Really?
Oh man. All right, Nathan. 1 second as I do some math. What did you roll, just real quick, for yours?
I got a 15.
Got a 17.
Oops, wrong window. Okay, so we've got oh no, Nathan. Seven plus 4 is 11. And okay, so I'll start camera order. Topher, your initiative.
12.
Okay. Hunter, your initiative.
16.
Chris, your initiative.
I also got a 12.
Nacho, your initiative.
17.
And Nathan, your initiative.
15.
Okay. So, Captain goes first.
There's people in the way.
Yeah. Then, Nacho, what is your agility bonus? Oh, no, sorry. Nacho is second. Then this guy. Then Hunter. Then Nate. $15, $14. Then Chris. And then last guy. Okay, so let me just do this to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Captain, Nacho, bad guy 1, Hunter, Nate, bad guy 2, Chris. I forgot Topher. Okay, Chris, Topher, bad guy 3. All right. Captain, clutching his side, unshoulders his musket, and Carvo, where did you try to go? Do you need me to move you out of the shadow?
I'm here.
Okay, so
I'm like, I took cover, so
okay, yeah, so you're just like against the door right there.
yeah.
Captain unshoulders his musket, pushes this way,
Oh, fuck you.
and he doesn't like immediately stab you or whatever. but he does demand that you drop every weapon that you have. And you can see that he's bleeding from a wound in his ribs from where Guillermo shot him. And, very forcefully, drop every weapon right now or it will shoot you where you stand.
Okay, well, I can't draw turn unless it's my turn, right?
Yeah, so but you can, like, verbally agree or whatever.
He'll, like, nod his head very quickly
Yeah,
and very
as you're,
afraid
like...
right now.
Yeah. And so, Nacho, it is your turn.
I could shoot him again.
So you will suffer penalties for trying to hit the captain, because he does now have 2 intervening bodies. So it would have to be like a called shot with penalties or something like that.
Okay, so I will do. Call shot is 2 AP, right?
Yeah. And I would say if
Oh,
you
yeah.
did a called shot, it would be at -10.
I could do a call shot and then do an A.
Sure.
It would be
And
like
so that'd be
neutral.
your whole turn,
Yeah.
and roll it flat.
I'm shooting shooty duties. Ooh,
All right.
Nice.
And
I could
Hopefully we
turn
get
that
some
I
damage.
could turn that into a 6.
so he dodges though, so I wouldn't.
Oh, wow.
He rolled a 4 for his
Wow.
dodge. So
Damn.
he's like grabbing Zane by the collar and like throws you against the wall and says like drop everything you have right now, and then turns to like shoulder his musket as Guillermo like peeks around the corner to fire again, and Captain, clearly veteran of many combat, dodges right back across the corner just in time as the bullet tears a chunk out of the wood. So then the regular guy that's right next to you, Zane, he actually like grabs your like clothes or whatever and begins shoving you up the hall.
Okay.
And as long as you don't resist, he will.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
won't resist.
he will push you further up the hall here.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
And then he kind of like turns with his gun drawn as well, facing down the hallway towards the captain. And then Hunter, it is Knocklob's turn.
Alright, so Knocklob is going to just peer around the corner and with his double-barreled pistol, he fired both shots into the first person that's closest to him.
All right. Yeah, and so this guy that is closest to you is clearly terrified. He's like he's got this weird like metal and wood box under one arm and his pistol in his hand, and he's like looking down the hallway and just like sheer terror on his face as you like level your gun at him and fire both shots.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
That's a hit, and that's a lot
Nice,
of damage.
guys. Nice.
That was the first one.
Yeah, that's the first shot. And he doesn't have any AP, so he cannot dodge. That's a crit. So in this case, because he's already defenseless, I will say that a crit will let you roll another d6 of damage dice.
Hell yeah. Look at Hunter throwing extras in there.
He has
Say
a black
yeah.
Reroll that.
Reroll. He has black powder.
you can explode that dice on a 1.
8 damage.
All right. So
10 damage.
10 plus 13 is a total of 23. Let me look at this real quick.
23 damage is big.
For the sake of transparency, 23 damage is 1 damage away from outright killing this guy.
Damn.
Amazing.
So roll me 6d6 real quick.
Just remember it can inflict grievous wounds, Hunter.
Oh, it cannot?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So roll me,
double
roll me
barrel
3d6. Roll me
Yeah,
3d6.
It's weak status, so.
Yeah.
It does do the injury. Roll for injury. You
Oh, it just
come
can't do
check-
grievous. Okay, so
Yeah,
roll me
you
another
check
3.
in the other
The other table. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll me another 3. Okay. So no injuries, unfortunately. So yeah, you round the corner. This guy he was looking to the right side because that's where Guillermo had been taking shots, and then you just come around the corner, double barrel pistol, and he turns to you and doesn't even point his gun at you, and you're just bam, bam, 2 shots right into this guy's chest. And he drops the box, the weird device that he was holding under his arm, drops it, stumbles backwards and falls onto his butt, clutching these horrible injuries in his chest as he's struggling to raise his pistol.
Can I dip back behind the?
Yes. So you can
I think I
mechanically.
have 1 more AP. or
Yeah, so
reload.
mechanically you can take cover if you would like, which would cost an AP and gives you bonuses to damage threshold. Who among you is feeling particularly lucky right now?
Lucky how? In what
I'm
sense?
never lucky.
Lucky in the sense
Neither,
of guessing high or low on a D100 roll.
Oh, I should say my luck comes in spurts. Majority bad, but then the times I have good luck, which is really
Alright.
rare, I crush it.
Nate, pick high or low.
Fuck. High.
Do the opposite of whatever you just said.
All right, so low.
Amazing.
Okay.
Oh, it's over.
So he drops the device and nothing happens.
Amazing.
Oh, so that was good.
Yeah, so it falls to the ground with a pretty heavy thump on the wooden floorboards of this basement. And he stumbles backwards, horrendously injured. Nate, it is your turn. You are currently being shepherded by this redcoat guy up the
He's
hallway.
got his back to me now, though, right?
Yeah,
'Cause he
he's.
turned around.
I would say you would be able to do something underhanded if you would like to, but you won't get any benefits for it because he's still kind of
I'm not gonna attack him.
Okay.
I'm gonna run.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna run up through this doorway,
Okay.
and I'll go ahead and draw my musket as I do so,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna shoot at him.
that's messed up.
I know, but
Yeah, so you
there's
take off
a fight
running.
going on. My friends are
And-
in danger.
yeah,
and
and you-
I am a rebel.
You hear him
So-
say, "Hey, stop! Get back here, Captain! He's making a run for it."
I'm not. Pow! I
you
actually hit.
shoot him. I'm not running as you fire back down the hallway.
I don't believe in violence, but for 9 damage.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh yeah,
missed.
because you. No, he
No,
rolled.
I
he
rolled the
it
first. I forgot to
Oh.
roll it the other way.
He did a dumb. Yeah, so 9 is so you hit him, you blast a chunk off his shoulder, cloth flying through the air. He falls against the wall and levels his musket at you, and he says, "It's another goddamn rebel."
So which way does this door open that I'm at?
To the south. It'll open towards him.
Okay, so I'm gonna close it, step off to the side, and I'm gonna switch from musket to knife.
Okay.
So,
So you.
and that's gonna be all
1,
my
2,
AP
3,
because it's
4,
gonna
5,
take an extra action to move that.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say. Okay. Sweet. Giving him the old hunt showdown tactic.
Basically.
So the guy that Naklob just absolutely wrecked, crawls up the hallway and around the corner, leaving a trail of arterial blood behind him. And you all lose sight of him as he turns the corner.
Which corner?
Up to the north. So like he went this way and then up the hallway, and none of you have line of sight on this hallway right now. So
Hide him on the GM layer and place him where you want, Hunter.
oh, I guess I could do that. Yeah, we can
That
GM
GM
layer him.
is amazing, especially since I don't have line of sight and no one else does. So,
Yeah. So yeah, he disappears around the corner. Oop, not that one. Okay. And then Chris, it is Augustine's turn. I keep saying it weird. What is wrong with me?
I don't
Augustine.
know. It's not a difficult name. Would I have heard the commotion of like when Zane like goes through that door up there?
You would have heard like a door opening and shutting, and definitely his gunshot.
You also
But-
heard me yelling.
Oh yeah, so
I
you
thought
would
of
you
Crown the violence.
yeah, so
And-
you would sort of be able to piece together probably what happened, because you
and is
recognize
this-
Zane's voice very well.
Right. Is this a door that I would be able to go through?
Yep, you could go up that way through the door.
I'm gonna go over there. And
As you burst through, Zay just screams, "Don't shoot me!"
Why the hell would I shoot you?
Oh, thank God.
What the hell just happened?
There's 4 guys in there, and they got guns, and I lied to them, and now they're mad because I shot one.
Yeah, that tracks. And I'll shout back down the hall, and I'm like, there are 4 of them! And then...
And I'll let you know that they're in this door, like, beside me, so, like, down, it's a hallway straight to them, so,
Yeah.
as I'm,
gonna
like,
come here.
pressed up against the wall.
Actually, I'd like to go here. I will also draw my knife and just kind of hang out with my pal.
All right, it is Albert's turn.
How much AP would you make me spend to change into my red coat uniform?
Oh, God.
If you're not wearing it right now and it's like in your backpack,
It's in my bag, yeah.
I would let you do it with a like 3 AP. Your whole turn, no moving or anything, just like dropping trow, throwing all your clothes back on.
Ugh. How do I want to play this?
Or a flashbang.
Throw a flashbang. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna waste this turn to change into
Okay.
my red coat uniform, and I'm gonna say to No Club, don't let them see me. Don't let anybody come through that door.
You got it.
All right, just gonna burn this turn and change.
Okay.
Curious to see what Topher's up to.
Oh God, free ball him. Ugh,
Bro.
come on.
Bro, you know me. I always got something crazy up my sleeve.
You right.
And so now it is the last bad guy's turn. Give me 1 second.
Last
No.
bad guy would be a really cool name for a book.
The last bad
I thought
guy.
you were gonna say for a band.
That would also be a very cool band name.
I mean, to be fair, I usually do say for a band.
Rushing cupcakes.
So you hear the 3 of you who are like down here, sort of by the hallway. You hear an exchanging of words. What a beautiful wedding. Sorry. The redcoats are having the captain is yelling orders, and he says, "Grab the damn device and get back here." And so you hear the shuffling of feet and the hasty scooping of something heavy off the wooden floor, and then more running, and a door shuts, and then he also sort of disappears from your knowledge. And then we cycle back to the top of the initiative order, and you hear Captain running up the hallway, and those of you, the three of you who are here, you hear him say, actually, all three of you down here, roll me eavesdrop. Because this door... This door right here is shut now. So he shut this one as he went through it. So yeah, the three of you, No Clob, Albert, and Guillermo, roll me eavesdrop.
We don't get eavesdrop up
I
top.
did.
You guys do not get eavesdrop up there.
Wow, rude.
I don't know what he's trying to say about us, man.
I'm curious if Albert will get a crit success. Albert, you there? Roll me an eavesdrop.
Over.
Yeah, my character sheet's not working. Give me a sec.
Oh my
Okay.
god. You call yourself a professional streamer.
Indeed. There it goes.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Damn. I was like, you did it, but no, you didn't. So Albert, this is fine. The three of you are all standing here, and you hear the captain ordering his man. He says, "Pull the damn lever. We need to get out of here right now." And the guy responds, "But Captain, what if it brings the monsters back?" And the captain says, "Do it. Bloody do it." And you hear the sort of ratcheting of like a little mechanical kind of like metallic sound. And all five of you down here in the basement, you feel the air change. And it's not like it gets colder or like it's not a temperature thing. It's almost like a static electricity kind of like hair on the
Standing
back
on it.
of your neck sort of thing that kind of emanates, and the floorboards and wall panelings and all of this wood that makes up this basement kind of like settles and creaks in this weird unsettling way. And this freaks you the hell out, Albert. So you will take 2d10 plus 2 peril for your critical failure. 10 peril is
You lucked out.
baby talk, but it should exceed your first peril threshold, I would expect. Unless you have
Get
a
a lot,
very
it does.
high peril threshold.
It's 8.
Okay, yeah, so you become imperiled as something very obvious has changed, but you can't identify what has just happened. So you heard them discussing something about the device, something about doing something with it, and suddenly the whole like mood and atmosphere of this area has changed. And Nacho, it is your turn. And so all of you notice this. This is not just Albert, but he is the most affected by it.
I see. It's a
Oh yeah,
hallway.
sorry. You want to look down that way? This very rapidly dead ends, or doesn't dead end, but ends at a door. Like that. There's a gnat in here. And this is also a door right here.
I'm trying to think if this one connects or.
You never know. It's a haunted
Shoot.
house.
Yeah, full of doors and hallways. So yeah, I take my chances. So I go for this one.
You're gonna open this second door, like the middle one.
Yep.
Roll me a D100.
Crap. 44.
44. 1 second. This is
That's a critical success, right?
or a failure.
No, it was a success. Nate was right.
This is on a different piece of paper. Getting
Nacho has got one skill and a skill rank in opening doors. Come on.
Yeah. So you open the door and expect to see a hallway,
Oh God.
but instead what you see on the other side sort of startles and frightens you. So you open up this doorway, and instead of being, you know, like, God dang it, reveal the area, please. So you peer this way to the west through the door. And it's not a hallway. It is dense jungle. You are looking out into the nighttime moonlit, like, forest vegetation. The humid, warm air washes over you as you open the door. And it's immediate how different this is because you've been in cold New England for the last, your whole life. And this is not at all what you expected to see. So roll me a resolve check real quick. And so you will suffer stress as this basement door opens up into dense jungle foliage in front of you. Dun, 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 dun. Stress. 9 points of mental peril.
Let me see if I have anything against Pearl. One point down.
All right, you are imperiled.
No, I'm ignore one.
Oh, yeah, because you already were. That's right. You already
Yep.
were imperiled.
So
Oof.
close the door.
Yeah, that's fair. I
This
understand.
is fine. Everything's fine.
Just
Well,
fine.
Right.
Nothing to see here. So I open this door.
All right. Bum, 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 bum. Roll me a D100. You open the door, and you see a hallway. It looks like the hallway you expect it to look like.
Oh.
But you cannot see any bad guys yet. You sort of know that the captain is around the corner somewhere, and you know that probably some of the other guys are around the corner there as well.
So how many AP was this one? This old fool.
How many what?
APs. For the
To
tour.
open the door?
Yeah, to open the door. The whole shenanigans. Because
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you
know how
moved down and you moved up. I would say you would have 2 left. Because opening the doors isn't really like, doesn't really take AP, but you did use 1 AP to move. How about that? As part of your move, you open the doors and shut them.
Okay, so I reload my gun
Yeah.
and I pick to the hallway.
All right. So let me get my layer real quick.
Is it just 1 AP to load a pistol?
That one.
Yeah.
That particular one.
Nice.
Just so much better than the 3 in Zweihander.
I think most pistols are just 1 AP.
I think mine's 2.
Because the
Yeah,
idea is
either-
if
either
you
one,
will
too.
take three turns to roll a pistol, this would be very
mine's
boring.
2 to load. But I mean, that's how it was
Question:
for me.
the double barrel
in
pistol
You have-
is 2 to load. Is that
you have
both
quick
barrels
load.
at once?
0 AP.
Yeah, it's both barrels at once.
Yeah. So you peek around the corner, and the captain is right there, sort of glaring, waiting for you. And he says, "Back, you blasted rebel!" And sort of behind him against the wall, the other 3 are kind of huddled. It kind of looks like they're getting ready to open a door.
Well,
Don't do
shoot the captain.
accents.
All right.
You're making them sound like crazy Star Wars villains instead of British people.
Aren't those the
Not
same
the same
thing?
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's not doing British accents. He's just doing, like, sounded like a Mon Cal.
Oh, wow.
Get the rebels.
Okay, yeah, so you fire, you get a crit, so he can't dodge.
Oh, yeah.
And I have an additional D6.
Oh,
Damn, you like barely made that.
Yeah.
Is the regular crit reward an additional D6?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that were the case.
But
What
just
other things don't you know so we can,
minutes
you know,
ago.
lie to
Yeah,
our
right.
advantage?
So 13 total damage.
Your 4 cannot defend, and you add that 1d6 fury dice to a total damage.
Okay. Cool.
13.
Yeah. So roll me 2d6 for injury. And then we
I
will
could
see.
make that. I could make that a 6 with the.
Fortune,
I
you could.
Make, yeah, I could make. What do you think, gang? You do it.
Because you've
Change
got
the
4.
3 for a 6. If we can kill the captain and then ask the other.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. You can do the roll first and then do it, right? To see what you get.
I have-
Yeah,
No.
you can roll the dice and then spend a point. Because what it says is
Yeah.
set the value of any d6 to a 6.
Yeah,
So
roll them.
roll the 2d6 and then we can see if you need to spend the points.
Okay, so I'll change the 3, the 6. Now roll another 6.
Oh, you're doing more damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, we thought you were talking about injury.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Okay.
so that makes it how much total damage?
Wait, so it's
So we changed the 3.
11, 21.
21.
Hell yeah.
All right. Roll me the 5d6. He is dead, but we can figure out how you kill him if he suffers an injury.
Nope.
Nope.
One,
All right.
one, four,
So you
five,
just
five.
wanna brain him, peek around the corner.
Yeah, so I peek around the corner and pick him up and shoot him in the face.
Oh
The heart,
yeah.
yeah, the heart will be more.
Okay. Oh yeah, so he like lowers his musket to fire back at you, and you are just quicker on the draw, putting another round square into his chest as he stumbles to a knee, looks back at his men, looks at you, gets kind of this weird look on his face, and falls to the ground dead. And
Oh, do not- yeah.
the other three sort of look to him and look kind of at you peeking around the corner. And let's see.
And I will say that time to surrender. There's no escape from here. If you wanna go and leave, better drop your guns now. Everything will be cool.
Wow.
This.
And
Resolve to continue fighting? Come
the
on.
the one
You're the captain.
uninjured the one uninjured regular turns to you and snarls, we'll never surrender to you, scum.
The rebels come.
It is Star Wars.
It is. And so they will actually fire back at you. Lowers his musket. Crit fails.
And crit fails.
Actually, wait 1 second. Is that a crit fail? Almost for sure it is. Yeah, it is.
More than 66 to shoot me. That will be
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Yeah, so crit fails. Gun just doesn't go off. And then he
You have to roll a D100.
so these ones I do not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Good.
but I could. Yeah, but unfortunately these are actually
Yeah.
nice weapons. And so he actually will socket a muzzle bayonet into the barrel of his musket and charges towards you. And he can't attack this turn, but he will next turn.
You will be ready.
And Hunter, it is your turn. This guy charges down. He says, get into a room to hide, try and escape. And he yells bloody murder as he charges Guillermo with his musket affixed, or his bayonet affixed.
Alright, so I believe I have to use one action point to finish my reload
Yep,
that I started last time.
yep.
And
So you got
then
2.
I'm gonna run in right up. Oh, not up there.
It's fine. It's not perfectly aligned.
If you hold Alt, you can move it anywhere. Otherwise, it snaps to the grid.
Yeah.
It's close enough where it is.
Yep.
I'm gonna come up behind Guillermo and see this guy charging at him with the fixed bayonet and double shot again.
Give him the old 2 tap. That's a hit for 8 damage. And that's a miss, unfortunately.
Damn.
So the recoil throws off your second shot, but you do land a solid hit in his thigh as he's running up on Guillermo with the bayonet affixed. And so that's all 3 of your AP. It is Zane's turn.
Nope, Zane's asleep.
No, I'm not. I heard my name. I am gonna need to switch chairs though, because I'm struggling.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're right about to a break time.
Yeah. So it's my turn. Zane is just. He doesn't know what to do. He's nervous. He doesn't want to, like, pull his gun out and get caught with them coming through. So he's basically just gonna, if so, I can do, like, set up a reaction to, like, attack if someone's comes through, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so I will take aim for one, and then if someone comes through, I'm just gonna set up like a reaction to stab if someone
Give
comes
him the
through that
knife.
door. If an enemy comes through that door, that way I don't stab a friend.
Sure.
So, and that'll be it.
So you all hear a door open and shut, and
Bye, comfy chair.
bye, comfy chair.
Miss you.
I missed it already.
It is Augustine's turn.
Hey.
Augustine.
So I'm gonna look around on the ground real quick, since I didn't think about things because I'm not used to being a spellcaster in these games. Are there any pebbles
Oh
laying
shit!
around by my
I
feet?
gotta cast. This
You
spell.
would have, if you have a
Okay.
spell, that you would have all of your reagents. You would
Okay,
be
awesome.
prepared. You knew that there was potential danger ahead.
Rad. Okay. I am gonna go ahead and pop open this door here and look down this hallway. And
Yep.
can you tell me what I see, please?
So the scene is sort of as it is on the map. There is a guy here, and he is moderately injured, standing next to an open door right here. The dead captain, and then, this guy down here, getting ready to skewer Guillermo with his musket bayonet.
Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna bludgeon that one with the elements.
Okay.
The one that is trying to skewer Guillermo. Pull my sheet back up, and I'm going to do that with Earth.
Earth.
So if,
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Earth spells.
Give him the old bending action.
Does that do the thing?
Augustine is the avatar.
Any situational modifiers at all?
You should get a +10 because it's a baby spell, but otherwise,
Cool.
nothing. That's a
Baby
crit
spell.
success.
Nice.
I
Nice.
did it.
So that
Um,
should have a different effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Let me pull it back up. Hang on a moment. So first of all, they have to use an additional AP for any attack actions until the end of combat,
Okay.
and also, they have to drop something that is in their hand or from their side, and it goes flying 3 yards away.
So you magically propel this stone, and it zings down the hallway and cracks against this guy's hand with an audible like snapping noise, and he stumbles and I guess like kind of like tosses his musket, but it hits the wall right next to him, and so it like falls at his feet because there's not really like a whole lot of. I guess it could go like 3 meters that way. And actually, you guys can see, I forgot to reveal this little alcove.
Secrets don't make friends.
So yeah, actually, we'll just say that it like he like stumbles and the musket clatters back into this little like alcove here, 3 meters away from him.
Okay.
And so this will
might
be his musket is over there.
a dumb question, but how many AP does that cost to do? Because I don't
That was 1.
see- Okay.
Because it's an attack.
Okay. Yeah, because under the like quick referencing, it just says varies for cast spell.
Yeah. So most of them will be 1. If it's some kind of big special thing, it'll be different.
Sweet. And then oh no, I have my. Does it to draw my pistol? Is that an AP or no? 'Cause I have
Switching
my-
weapons doesn't cost AP.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do it like once for free kind of thing.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna shoot at the other guy, not the one I just disarmed.
You unfortunately cannot shoot because you did attack with the spell. So you can't like because it falls under the same
gotcha.
blanket of actions.
Yeah,
but you
you're
can
right,
switch
you're
to the pistol and ready it.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I'm actually gonna duck back out.
Okay.
In the corner. That's it for me.
Sick. Albert, what's the plan?
Did he see who just cast that on him? Did he see?
Yeah, he understood what happened. He would have turned and looked down the hallway and be like, the bloody rebels are practicing devil magic now. You've doomed us all.
In my full red coat attire, I'm going to approach Augustine, since she appeared to be the one that was kind of looking down the hallway, and Zane looks like he's whimpering in a corner over here.
Knife ready.
Kinda, yeah. Not in a corner, but yeah.
With my long rifle, I'm going to tell Augustine to play along. And basically, I'm going to grab hold of her and walk into the hallway with her in tow with my weapon drawn and pointed at her. And I'm going to say, "What the hell's going on here?"
But I will play along, yes. I'm just kind of...
Okay, so you guys come into the hallway. And you call out, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah, with me holding on to her and my rifle pointed at her.
Give me your deception roll.
I don't have to.
Does it what is the
Oh shit.
Nice.
damn, that is
That's rad.
exceptionally
Awesome,
strong.
Topher. Awesome, buddy.
So yeah, the guy like cowering against the wall here, he looks back towards you and he says, We've come across some redcoats, sir. I'm so glad that somebody made it here. We're under attack."
So I'm gonna just walk towards him with her in tow, and I'm gonna still keep talking while I'm walking towards him, and I'm gonna say, "I felt a shift in the air. You guys didn't, did you?"
And he'll like his face pales and he's like, the captain said to. It was the only way to escape. We're pinned down."
All right. And as I get closer, I'm gonna be like, "Well, where's the captain now?"
And he'll like motion with his head and be like, he's dead, sir."
All right. So I'm gonna walk right up to him, and I'm gonna say, "Well, this is a bloody mess, isn't it?" And then, as I'm standing right next to him, in a single sweeping motion, I'm just going to point my rifle at his head point blank and pull the trigger.
All right, roll your attack at +10, and he won't be able to defend against it, but you can still miss.
I'm gonna roll a coin.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a coin.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I got a 1, so I get to roll another
Yeah, roll it
D6.
again.
Hell yeah, buddy. Aw, 10 damage.
And let's see.
And it's punishing, so I guess I could spend another AP to roll an additional dice. So I guess I'll do that too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can choose to do that during damage.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
awesome.
Let's look.
So that's 13 total damage.
Yeah. Which
This
is
is a bloody mess.
Yeah, actually 1 point more than enough to outright kill this man.
Literally
Nice.
blast him in the face with a long
Yeah,
rifle.
so like he like turns to look down the hallway where the other guy is like reaching for his saber to engage with Guillermo, and he turns back towards you and he's like, "They're right down there," and then you just blow his head off with the rifle.
Jesus.
And so he falls dead here on the floor.
So I guess I kind of told him.
Yeah, you told him. That was good poker face.
What if you didn't though? Maybe you're just like,
What if
he
I
was a
didn't?
traitor.
Yeah.
Just saved your life.
All right. So that'll put us at the top of the initiative order again, and this is the perfect time for a quick bio break to get drinks and snacks and go to the bathroom.
That's a hell of a lead up to a break.
Yeah,
Right.
perfect timing.
Jesus, Topher, you wild. That was
Monster.
beautiful, buddy.
That was. I love it.
That's what I do.
Oh yeah.
Look at Albert and just say, bloody mess.
Yeah,
Bloody mess.
it's gross.
Literally.
So yeah, we will be right back with more spooky scariness in like 5-ish minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some noodles.
Noodles?
Some noodles.
Everybody loves noodles.
Holy shit, I'm so freaking tired. Hunter's hair is receding, yeah. So he gave himself a shitty mohawk, and I make fun of him for that mohawk. Do you know the songs where I insult my good friend Hunter? He takes it really well, but he's still a giant butthole, cause his name is Hunter. And he's the make of the group, so we beat on him like a fucking punching bag. Yeah. It is mostly me, cause I'm a freaking tyrant, yeah, and I'm also the sad man of the Fiends and Friends Discord. And he's the bad man, cause he's bad. Very, very bad. Topher is the dad man, cause he's the dad. Chris is the rad man, cause she's rad. Cody is the mad man. Shit, I ruined it, guys. Cody is the madman, cause he's a fucking nut job. Gummy snacks! Yeah! I don't even know if anybody's friggin' watching. Hot damn, baby, I am so tired. Bunny Rabbit Hole 1, that's a neat name. Ice Wizards. I like looking at the names. Gummy snacks bouncing here and there into my mouth. Boy, do I like the gummy snacks. I like the gummy snacks. I like the gummy snacks. I wish I'd get more blue raspberry though, and less sour apple. Oh man, Topher going hard.
Did you sing a song, Nate?
I did.
Nice. Is there a happy face on it?
It is.
Yay!
Now it's just mushed up face.
That's fair. That makes me just as happy, honestly.
You guys like when I shoot redcoats point blank in the face with a rifle? Because I do.
It gets
love
me
it.
hot, yo.
Yeah. Same.
God, I never struggle to stay awake during combat. I am tired. Even in the uncomfy chair.
Could get you one of those get you one of the electrified dog collars. And then every time you start to fall asleep, one of us hits the button.
Right.
The fact that it killed him was just icing on the cake. I was like, how can I make this the coolest thing ever?
Hell yeah.
For some spicy Indian food, that'll keep you awake.
Ability or whatever.
I
is
love spicy
amazing.
Indian food.
I want spicy Indian food.
I made so much spicy Indian food tonight.
Hunter, you should send some to me.
I could. It would be cold by then. But that's actually not
okay.
bad reheated. The curry
Well,
curry holds
I mean-
its flavor really well.
Yeah, and like Indian food is one of those foods that's really good cold anyway.
Absolutely.
Like most Asian foods are in that category.
Hunter, I sang a song about you again.
I was hoping that I would get back in time to sing one about you, but I did not.
You're slow, I'm quick. I pee and grabbed more gummy snacks.
That
Oh, that's
really
what we
sounded
always
like
say.
you were about to do your
Hunter,
thing
what was that
in,
last
like,
one? What-
Mad vs. City.
This
slow
is
and you
called
are
Final
quick.
Dungeon.
Or-
Hunter, what was that last one? Why are you playing Wii Sports songs?
I was gonna say, this does not sound like spooky to me at all. This is like literally Wii Sports music. That's why I changed it. Now we're getting like a little Final Fantasy, but this is definitely not what I was vibing
It
to.
sounded more like magical girl anime
Yeah.
music to me. Which I
Magical
don't
girl
have a
anime
problem with.
transportation! Transformation.
Transportation.
I feel like that would be even cooler, and there should be something like that, like a nice parody anime.
The funny thing is, I don't even think I said transportation. I think it came out as transportation.
Transportation. Alright, so we are back at the top of the initiative ladder here. Cap'n Crunch is dead. So now
Oh no!
it
Captain
is.
Crunch is dead, and
His cereal
deserved
cuts the
for
roof of my
making-
mouth.
Exactly, he deserved it for
We got-
making razor cereal.
we got Captain Crunch dead, and we got Explodey Face is dead too.
Yep. Well, it'd be more like Explodey back of the head, because that's where the
I mean,
exit
yeah.
would be.
I don't know if
Nacho.
Pick is watching, but
It is
because
Guillermo's turn.
I stole his whiskey.
The man who is charging with his musket has been magically disarmed by a flying rock. And he's reaching for his saber to gut you up close and personal.
Kick him in the nards.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
You should.
No, I will do this. I will drop my gun
Okay.
and get the hunger sword.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that will be 0 AP, I think.
Yep. That is a
And
possible
then
thing.
Yeah, I will do a knockdown.
Okay.
Sorry, knockdown. So I will use.
I will drop my gun and engage him in mortal combat.
Get over here.
I will use athletics.
Okay. And he will contest with. Actually, let me look. What's he better at?
Guillermo's
Ah,
like,
no,
He will just
yeah.
lay down
Yeah.
and take the beating.
Guillermo's like, they called me Brittle Fist in middle school.
So yeah, he gets a critical success contest. So you unfortunately you don't trip him up. He holds his feet as the saber is slowly sliding out of the sheath.
Okay, and I will do melee attack.
All right. Sword on sword.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh!
All right.
That's fucking beautiful.
Woo!
I roll an initial
Yep.
d6.
Hit me with an additional. And you already exploded 1d6.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then got a 1.
Yeah, unfortunately. And the sword is not black powder, so you cannot explode the one. But
You don't know that.
The sword has
You,
like a gunpowder charge in it.
That'd
You
be
only
so
have a
cool.
33 to combat.
Damn.
That's
Oh my
Come on.
gosh. Bruh.
that's testy to melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shit.
So 11 damage.
He's been crushing it with the 33 to hit, though. God. Nacho's over here fucking people up, and I'm hiding like a coward.
Yeah, so roll me a 1d6 for a potential moderate injury. Nope, unfortunate.
Do you think we'll ever roll a 6 on an injury, guys?
Probably
I hope
not.
So.
I doubt
Probably not. We have like never done that.
No.
I hope so, because my character doubles injuries. So if I get one,
it. Ooh, you
they
get
get
2.
two.
All right.
Nice.
So his military saber comes out in a flash, and he counterattacks and re-rolls it with a fortune point,
And, sucks
critically
both times.
fails.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
God
What a loser.
dang it. Shitty ass British.
He tried to do a
Um,
fancy whip it out of his sheath and
yeah.
swing and fucking caught it on
Slice-
the wall.
Slices his own finger off.
Ah!
It's disarmed.
His finger.
Yeah, what happens on a critical fail? In a
He
sword
takes
strike?
peril.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
remember-
pretty much what
yeah.
always is.
No, you have now the. You remember you have the
The-
critical failure and critical success in
the
the
table?
actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that new
The
to Flames?
The
Yeah,
crit fail
you're-
table. Yeah.
You're
Oh.
disarmed.
What is the? Where is that?
Page. Wait. 222. 222.
Hunter, are you telling me that you didn't read all 800 pages of the new expansion?
I did. So
Holy
do I?
shit, he's right.
Do I roll a
He's
D100?
disarmed. No, he's just
No,
disarmed.
he's just disarmed. He
Just
just drops the
disarmed.
sword.
On a critical
Yeah.
failure of a melee attack, you are disarmed.
All right. So yeah, he goes for some fancy work, and you just sling that sword basically back on top of his musket in this like tiny alcove
I
corner.
love it. This guy has no.
Yeah, if you crit fail with like a ranged weapon, if an ally is nearby, you hit them and they can't defend, and it's an additional D6 fury die to
Yeah,
damage.
the new crit fail table is pretty sweet.
Jesus, I like that, but that's fucking scary. This is some Witcher let me cut my ally in half shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty brutal.
So you sling his sword away from him, and he looks up the hall, and he looks at the two of you.
Now it
And-
just looks like a cannon in the hallway waiting to kill
and I
us.
go again. If you want to live, kneel down and stop fighting. You're idiot. You're going to get yourself killed.
And he will back against the corner, toss his pistol on the ground in front of you, and get on both knees and put his hands behind his head. But he's got like this sour, like snarling look on his face.
All right,
um,
so what does that do for combat right now?
So
There's still one missing.
yeah.
Right.
So
right.
let's do Noklav's turn. What would you like to do? This guy is surrendered in front of you. One redcoat is missing, having gone into one of these doors right here.
You don't know where though.
Yeah.
Well, is the one missing? Is that the one that I plugged twice in the chest?
It is that one.
Easily?
That is
Yeah.
the guy who has gotten
Probably
away.
a trail of blood.
You
Um,
should probably do an awareness.
do an awareness, because there's a lot of blood in this hallway.
Yeah, I just blasted someone in the face.
Yeah. And the captain also died right here.
Where'd it go? There it
You're
is.
probably gonna need to crit succeed that awareness to even be able to tell.
He rolls a 1 and can literally.
Oh, so close!
DNA.
I would say a success is good enough to know that it was this northern door of the two. You see like a bloody handprint on the knob where somebody obviously went in here.
My character sheet's like glitched. There we go. Where did you say?
It's this
Sorry, I
this
hit
second
it.
door right here. So not the southern one, but this northern one.
Man, I so badly want to kill the guy that surrendered.
Just kill the
Kick him in the
redcoat.
face. That's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna kick him in the face, just cause for funsies.
Oh yeah, I'm not holding you anymore, by the way.
Yeah.
I know. It's not my turn yet.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna instead of reloading, I'm just going to drop my double barrel pistol, and then Schwarzenegger style from Terminator, roll out my musket that I had from the back.
Yeah.
Just point it
Jesus.
at the guy that's surrendering.
I love that
And-
visual you just gave me.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just gonna finish it off.
All right.
Just gonna go try and pop him right in the face.
You
point
guys
blank.
don't even try and get
No,
information.
fucking-
No,
do it.
no. I won't.
Fuck.
I'm gonna walk past him, going towards the door where I saw the blood mark where the other guy was. But
Oh, we lost the last bit of that sentence.
I'll let him walk.
He froze up a little bit.
Oh yeah, we can't hear him at all.
He said he was gonna approach that doorway. and
Yeah.
then just
So
froze for a
do you wanna open the door? Nod your head for yes.
Slow nod. Because it is skipping a lot.
That's a nod.
Yeah,
It
that's a
does.
nod. Okay, so you
Jesus.
open the door, and there's a descending staircase in this room.
Do I see the device anywhere?
You do not. All that there is a little, like, piddly trail of blood going down the stairs. And with that, we can sort of exit, initiative.
Thank you, Nacho.
There you go. You got it.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
You
back.
are.
All right. I was just gonna say I was going for
What
the
did they do?
doorway, but I had the musket drawn on the guy's face the whole time I was walking past him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a good
Yeah.
call.
So the door open. There's a staircase with blood going down it.
It's a wooden staircase, and it, from where you're standing at the top, you cannot see the end of it. It sort of descends into the gloom.
Well, is everyone okay?
I'm gonna reload my musket, and I'm gonna say to Naklab that we should go down after him, and that somebody should question this guy up here, or two people probably should question this guy up here.
Did anyone actually take damage?
I don't believe so. I don't think I got a
Jesus
single
Christ,
hit on
guys.
anybody. I rolled like 4 critical failures.
Yeah, he rolled real poorly.
You did.
And so
Okay.
I couldn't even spend my big bank of bad guy tokens.
Okay, so I fight this guy
Okay,
and knock him out.
just give the old bat.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Okay.
5 of us, so
Yeah.
at least 2 of us should stay here and question him, or at least tie him up so that he can't go anywhere.
Yeah, so I think Guillermo's gonna just knock him out cold, and you guys can tie him up. Unless somebody goes to stop Guillermo to do something else.
So I'm going to do like this,
Yeah.
and if count to 10, if no one stops me, I knock him out. 1, 2, 3,
As
4,
long
5,
as
6,
it's
7, 8.
obvious you're gonna knock him out, Zane will not do anything. But if it seems like you're trying to kill him, but since you're using like the butt of your gun,
Yeah, it's more of a subduing.
yeah, so he's fine with that as long as you're not trying to like just straight up murder him when he's unarmed.
Nope. Not.
So
Well, I
So-
pick up
While I'm
the pistol, his pistol,
Yep.
reload my mine, and smell a smelling salt.
All right. Take a good huff.
Yep.
with musket still drawn on him. I'm gonna ask what the device was.
He's unconscious
What
now.
was it doing? Oh,
Yeah.
It's too late. He already knocked him out.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's.
Yep.
So did you? If you wanted to stop him, you could have. Yeah.
Nope. I say that while staring down the hallway, then turn back and go, oh.
Yeah, he just like
yeah.
slumped against the wall.
Perfect.
Guess I'll just go pick up my pistol.
I will gather like all the weapons on the floor in here from all the guys, and I'm gonna toss them in the wine cellar, like away from him for like if he wakes up and tries to crawl towards something. So
Okay. Yeah. So his
I'm gonna
his shit's over here, and
I'm
we
gonna
can just
draw
toss it in there.
draw my
What's the-
pistol and my knife, and I'm gonna go down the stairs.
All
What's the
right.
guy's pistol? What's the pistol that he had?
He has the.
If it's Marshall, I throw it away.
Yeah, it's a
because
Marshall
I can't-
pistol.
I don't use it. I throw it away.
yeah,
I
oh sorry,
I follow Albert.
Okay.
I'm gonna reload my musket and then I will follow with my musket drawn.
It would have been a Dutch long pistol if you're curious.
A Dutch
Yeah.
long pistol. That
80.
sounds exciting. I'll
Yep.
take it.
Yeah, it's a very fancy, sort of like dueling style pistol.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Yeah, and we can put this in the pile of weapons. Okay, so is everybody sort of in agreement to go down the stairs?
We will catch up with them. I am gonna hang out with the the half dead guy.
Oh God.
You gonna wait? Or you want to wait for him to like come back?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
have a conversation with him.
Okay, sick. No, Clob, where do you want to be? Do you want to go down?
Chris, do you vocalize that?
Yeah.
Do you have any smelling salts?
She would. Yeah,
no.
you'd have a smelling
Okay,
salts.
I would.
Yeah.
Do I feel like, since we've known each other a little bit and kind of know how we work, do I feel like she's going to murder him?
Why would you think that of me? I'm not Topher. Jeez.
Whoa, that's not even this character. Come on now.
Yeah,
Don't
you.
worry, I'll save you.
That character is a completely different game, Chris. Come on now.
You
I'm
would
murderous
not.
in this one.
You wouldn't be like, crazy suspicious.
Okay.
For
fine.
Hunter and the people watching, Hart in the other game has a tendency to kill people in dark places. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Sure.
I mean, I was gonna shoot the guy that surrendered, so that's fine.
Fucking bunch of executioners.
Yeah, because you know that
This
Augustine.
is why Hunter and I are friends. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. You know that Augustine, similar to you, Zane, is more of a because your first was herbalist and then your second is apothecary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you know that Augustine is more of a not a bloodthirsty killer type individual.
Okay.
Mad
Okay, that's
scientist, maybe not.
Yeah,
bloodthirsty.
that's sort of more of the,
Experiment poison.
yeah, that's more of the vibe.
Okay.
All right, so the four descend the staircase.
Apothecary. That's cool. I don't think we knew that last week. I don't think
No,
you had
we didn't know.
chosen that
Yeah,
yet.
I was just winging it.
Right.
So Albert in front, musket loaded. You descend the staircase, and you all have like lanterns or candles or whatever. You definitely get that odd feeling as you are descending this staircase. That kind of staticky hair on the neck standing on end. Because it becomes very apparent. Let me see if this is a good song. As
That
you're
something is very wrong.
yeah, because you guys were like, okay, we're in the basement of this building, and there's this descending staircase, and you're walking down these wooden steps, and they sound like normal wooden steps that you would have in like a house that would like go upstairs or something like that. They don't sound like basement steps. There's no earth like directly beneath them. And it's an incredibly long staircase.
There's actually 7 more basement floors.
It is just this like 45-degree angle straight down staircase. The ceiling above you is like wooden paneling again, just kind of smooth as you're going down these stairs. There's no doors on the walls or anything. And so it's very unsettling at some point. I assume No Club in the back kind of like turns around to look back, and you see way up behind you the just like very dull light of the floor, the basement above you.
Are we on the endless staircase from Mario 64?
And
My
eventually
dream.
Albert comes to
Excuse me.
a
Is
halting.
Albert.
Albert.
He's been calling me whatever
Albert,
the
I
fuck
don't
he
think
wants
we're
to
in
all
Germany.
night. So you're Albert now.
Justin.
Albert.
Albert.
Oui, my name is Albert Dupont.
Albert.
Albert, Albert, I don't think we're in Jersey anymore.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto.
And so eventually, after like 10 minutes of just like descending down these stairs, Albert comes to a flat floor where the staircase stops.
Our
And
quads are on fire.
yeah, so this was
And the
quite the
stairs.
walk. And so you all emerge.
Oh, you think so, no club? What a fair clue.
I
That's-
don't speak.
So we're gonna
Did you
reveal
just say you don't
this.
speak German? So you cut out, but that's I love it.
The jerky up and down head. Oh shit.
Good.
Poor Hunter having all sorts of technical issues.
Let's see.
I'm in a blanket. Neener, neener, neener.
So you guys come down into, it's like a little square room, and actually I'll draw it real quick.
Blood on your face.
Please don't.
Too late. Already working on it.
And so you've come down the stairs, and this is going to be over sort of farther to the right side of the screen. Oops, I oriented that wrong just a little bit. You all descend from over here into this little wooden room. And we'll go ahead and re-hide this real quick. Get out of here. So yeah, if you can't see it, there's a tiny little revealed square on the right side
I
of the
see it
map
to the
here.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll just drag all four of you over here. And it's just like more of this kind of like nondescript wood paneling. And there's a single door here.
Outside of the game, I just want to point out to everybody here that Hunter has only revealed about 42% of this map.
There's a good amount that you haven't seen yet. Some of it is art.
It's all doors. It's all doors.
Yeah, there are lots of
All
doors. And so there's this single door, and all of you, even without making an awareness test, you can hear male weeping on the other side of this door. The door is shut.
He's crying, moving.
But there is. Yeah, there's you can hear
Gopher might still have his outfit on.
a man
crying.
sobbing.
Move in, take him out. He's crying.
So you
I'll offer to go in first, because he hasn't seen me yet. He was already gone before I came down the hallway.
Yep, you go first.
all right.
So- With my fluid allegiance and poker face skills, my allegiance cannot be discovered, and I do not have to make skill tests to masquerade as someone of a different allegiance. So I will just approach him as a redcoat and ask him, what in the hell is going on?
Okay, yeah. So he is at the end of the hall here, kind of like sitting against a closed door.
Why do I have... There we go.
Oh, well, he's a square now because I'm not gonna bother to.
So I'll sneak in slowly and say, holy shit, what happened up there?
And he's like kind of sitting against the wall, and he's got the box like in his arms, and he's just like sobbing.
So I'll approach him slowly.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to like hear you or anything yet.
Is this still the same one that's bleeding out, basically?
This is the one that you double shot right at the beginning. So he
And
is
he was
like
1 damage from death.
Yeah, he is on the edge of death, bleeding from chest wounds that look to have been very hastily like packed with cotton dressing. And he is like rasping, crying, with this weird box in his lap.
So I'll approach him and I'll attempt to do a British accent
Yay!
and say, "What happened, mate?"
And he
Australian.
yeah, he looks up to you like bleary eyed. He's like, "There's rebels upstairs. I think they killed the captain."
There's a ton of bodies up there, but I didn't see anyone alive.
And he begins sobbing anew.
What happened? There's
I-
no
I-
crying in
I-
baseball.
I point at the
War?
I point at the box and I say, "Is that?" And I just stop talking. I kind of pause and wait for him.
He's like, it's the damn device. Those rebel dogs brought it here. I don't even begin to understand what it is, but it's the devil. It's demonic.
Is that the weirdness I feel in the air?
And he'll respond. It's like, everything weird about this place is because of this cursed thing.
What are you supposed to do now?
And he looks up at you, and he kind of like looks at the walls and the door that he's leaning against. And he's like, well, this is where we die.
What do you mean? I was sent here to recover you.
And he's like, you've already come too far. Look at this place. And he like feebly pounds his fist against the wall, and there's like, it sounds like not hollow, but it's like not against earth, if you understand what I mean, where it's like there's like space behind the wall. And he's like, where do you think we are right now?
I don't rightly know. I wasn't given enough information when I was asked to rescue the team.
Last time we ended up here, we barely made it out. And I still don't even know how we did it. And he'll like kind of like hold the box up to you. He's like, somehow it's this. And you see the object that he holds up to you looks like this. Burr, burr, burr. To the left of the map.
It's a DeLorean.
It looks like a DeLorean. It kind of looks like a
geometry. I'm gonna be so mad.
a Doctor Who box, but it is roughly a 1 foot wide by 2 foot tall wooden like frame, but all like coppery brass metal. And these are like series of like discs and dials, and there's like a little gear in this window here. And so this is like inset into the metal, where there's clearly like mechanism beneath this. And this is just like slowly ticking a little like mechanical loop, and as he holds it up, you can hear imperceptibly that tick, 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 tick noise. And so there's like little, like really old looking leather straps on two sides of it, held on by brass.
Grommets. Tax.
There's a specific word that I just forgot. Yeah, like tacks, but there's a specific word for, it's not a nail. You like actually flatten the metal to like,
A
Grommet?
rivet?
a rivet? Grommet? Maybe? Anyway, and so yeah, there's like little, like where you would like slide your hand under this leather strap to hold it or whatever. And then there's a weird, like, levery, spinny, dialy boy on the side.
Oh, it's a hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, and so all of these little arms on the dials are seemingly tracking something. I did do a little bit of very light, like, detail things on here. But in real life, what it looks like is there's just tons and tons of symbols and like letter looking things that fill these lines and these circles, and it's clearly like sentence structure of some kind and symbols and mathematical stuff. But to Albert, give me an education minus 20 as you sort of perceive this object.
Can we hear Albert talking to him?
If you guys are not in the hallway, you cannot. I don't know if anybody followed or yeah, so you look at this and you are like, that's a weird looking thing with a bunch of like letters and shit that I don't even recognize.
So I want to sit down kind of next to him on the floor, and I'm gonna hand him a laudanum and tell him to drink it, which will
Okay.
bring him up one step on the damage track.
Yep.
And I just want to like show empathy for a second and say, is there anything else that you can tell me about this device or how it works or how we can use it to get out of here?
And he like drinks the laudanum and lets out a big sigh as the opium courses through his veins. And his eyes kind of glaze over and he's like, well, look here, as he points at it. This is all Greek. It's ancient Greek writing of some kind.
Ancient
I
Greek,
haven't-
you say?
I only first saw this when we got here and we recovered it, but there's something infernal about this. It changes space and time, and this house is somehow, I don't know, there's something about this device that's making everything evil here. You know, when we first got here, there was only a single woman here who she claimed that there were others and fought with us, but unfortunately she died and we never saw a single other soul. But this device was here and someone had been studying it for a long time. It was just ticking away when we found it.
But you don't know how it works.
Well, here, look. And he reaches for the little lever on the side and spins it one full revolution. And you hear the sort of clickety-clackety ratcheting sound. And this space, this window here, rotates. And so a new gear, this one is a like triangle shaped gear with a few other surrounding gears. And then this right here is a different shape. And actually, let me look real quick. I wrote this down, but I need to double check. Oops. Where did I... What document is this in?
Come on, stay up.
Yeah, so it rotates, and the symbol that you see to the lower right here, instead of being like this, you know, sort of upside down L, is a triangle. Just like a straight up isosceles triangle, kind of like that.
Okay.
And it is sort of inset like the first symbol was, where it like is deep into the metal, where someone had like cut this out.
You spoke of evil. Besides the rebels, have you run into anything here that was hostile?
There have been horrible things. This space that we're in down here below the basement, we never caught sight of it, but something chases you through the halls here, and it screams and bellows and smashes. And you know, up in the upper floors there's voices and monsters, and it's something about this place has changed because of this thing.
And I point to the door behind him. I assume that's a door below him, right?
Yeah, he's like leaning against the door,
You mean through there?
and he's like, it doesn't even matter. And he like kind of leans up and opens the door, and you see sort of directly on the other side, dun, 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 that it is like a T intersection. And it's more of this like wooden hallway that, you know, it kind of dead ends here, but it goes to the right and it goes to the left. And he kind of gestures to it. He's like, that's all there is down here.
Just hallways?
Just hallways.
The hallways of always.
All right. Well, it doesn't sound like he can tell me anything more about the device itself. So,
I mean, he probably could. You haven't asked a whole lot of questions, I suppose.
did you guys get any background about the device? Do you have any intel on what it does or how it works?
All I know is from my studies at university. I studied ancient Greek. I didn't know that this was here. We didn't know that this was here. We simply were investigating the house here. It had been a known rebel stronghold for a while. And when we arrived and we found this, we figured that, you know, loyalist intelligence would want to hear about it. It's clearly some kind of object of great power. We just didn't realize that, you know, that
If you
all
don't
of this
know-
would happen.
Exactly what it does, why did you guys think it was safe to spin the lever like you just did?
Well, look, and he spins the lever again, and
Stop, man.
the window rotates again, and a new gear and a new little symbol.
How many times have you spun this thing now?
And he's like, "Well, there's only 4 settings.
But what is
There's
it?
only 4
What is it
modes.
doing? What do the settings mean?
It changes the house. There's something."
What does the Greek say? What does it mean?
And he'll point to the new like symbol right here, and it looks like a letter A, and a very stereotypical capital A. And he points and he says, "Well, this is Alpha. This is the Greek letter Alpha." And you can see that instead of being a like inset, there's actually a little like brass A that has been placed in the slot. And this part, when he switches it to this one, the gears are not turning. The box goes silent. And he says there's something about it's a puzzle or something. These shapes, the letters. I don't.
Are there any other than the words? What is the rest of other than the letters? What do the rest of these Greek symbols mean?
And he like looks at it and he's like, it's all ancient and archaic, but it's about magic and the planets, and it talks about something hidden inside, and when you change the lever, you can see that as he's talking about this, all of these like different hands and stuff change to different positions as well. And he's like, this symbol indicates Mercury, and this one is talking about the phase of the moon, and it's just there's something about this box that there's something in here.
In the box or in the house?
In the box.
Have you tried to open it?
Well, we can't. We're missing 2 of these letters. And
Oh, so now I noticed that one of them had actually had the letter.
So
inset,
the A, the Alpha, has a brass A.
but the other ones are
already in
openings
it.
where the key.
And then
hasn't been placed.
so he flips it again, and you see a very stereotypical B, and it has the letter as in the inset.
So at this point, I want to just kind of console him and kind of put my arm around him, and I want to knock him out.
Okay.
Because now that I've got some understanding, I want to go talk to my party again. So I want to knock him out so that we can tie him up.
That's not even this character, guys.
I'm not murdering him.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll. He's high and dying, and you can just like knock him out pretty easily. You can strangle him.
I'm gonna tie him up, strangle him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie him up, put him against the wall. I'm gonna grab the device, and I'm gonna go back into the previous room.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the door, and I'm gonna explain to everybody all that I just learned about the insets and the missing keys and
so the
Greek lettering.
The Alpha and the Beta are filled, and the other 2 symbols are not.
And I'll explain to them about how he was turning it, and like the house felt like it was moving and things were changing, and like I'll explain everything that I felt and that I learned when he was kind of playing with it. And I assume that they felt changes in the house or in the air as well.
Kind of. So the 3 times that he pulled the lever and showed you, you didn't feel anything particularly meaningful. And so right
Okay.
now it's on beta, and the next one you presume would be this symbol that was showing when you first looked at it.
So on alpha and beta, since they're filled in, the gears are no longer turning.
They're not clicking. There's the box is
so it's
silent.
on beta now. It's kind of silent right now.
Yeah.
All right. So I explain this to everybody. I'm sure that some of us are at least educated on this kind of stuff.
If anybody has education as a skill, absolutely roll it. As you're looking at the box and sort of hearing this explanation.
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Damn.
And I'm going to spend fortune point.
Oh, for
Yeah,
your crit
please do.
success?
That will make it
Yep.
sucks.
So,
Wait. Do we do the roll we use the rule for the 69?
Oh, yeah. The house
That's
rule.
awkward.
Is that
You
the
can-
house rule?
Yeah, that's
Are
the
we doing
house
that?
rule. Absolutely.
So it's automatically a
house rule?
success?
No, so he does need to spend the token, but he won't
Oh,
suffer
that's
the
right.
peril.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So you can spend the token as the house rule to make 69 an automatic critical success.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do I suffer peril or not? Because
You do
that's
not.
the-
No.
No.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
It
Okay.
looks like Naklob also succeeded on whatever education background he has.
Okay. So somehow between Naklob and the gambler Guillermo, who happens to know a whole lot about ancient Greek dialects,
A printer.
yeah. Oh yeah, you were a printer.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
printer, yeah.
So you know all about like engravings and stuff like that. The box talks about sort of in some of these engravings that are like not part of the sort of instrument readings. Basically, you and Naklob can piece together through with your critical success and his success, that these are like instructions. And basically it's talking about how there's a great power hidden within the box, but you have to overcome the challenges in order to unlock it. And it talks about how the box will recruit its surroundings to protect what is inside. And if you are worthy enough, and it uses really ancient like Greek like metaphors, and like if you can overcome Mount Olympus and stand among the gods, then you can unlock what is hidden within this within the box. And so you basically are able to piece together that this is some kind of supernatural like puzzle box that contains something of worth or magnitude or power within it. And there are 4 parts to the puzzle. The first 2 being alpha, beta, the next 2 being
So are we assuming that the
Gam-
parts just happen to be in this house? Or that it's affecting its surroundings to manifest these puzzle pieces?
That second one is
Okay.
way more on the money as you guys are
Okay.
reading through it. So this little R-shaped one is called... Shit, what the hell is this called?
That's no Mew.
No.
You laugh. That's a thing. It's like a weird U thing with the tail on the left as well as on the right.
I feel like
It's
one.
Rho? No. What the hell is that letter? I wrote this down. Oh, It's gamma. Yeah, gamma. Uppercase gamma looks like an R.
Gamma
Sorry.
delta.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah,
triangle is
gamma delta.
Yeah. So alpha, beta, gamma,
Yeah.
delta.
So, so to sum it up, this this device what does is like reshapes the surrounding areas,
Yeah.
Yes.
so it gives you challenge and awards you with the insults with these things that we have
The
to put
keys,
inside
basically.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
keys, yeah, and then that will give us access to a certain power.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I
Yeah,
had,
we
and
should
I'll,
burn it.
we, we should burn it.
So I will say
So-
that
Set
probably
fire to this place.
through your like musings and examinations and everything, you would pull the little side lever just to show them. Is that track
Well,
with
so
everybody?
what I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
what I was just gonna say is, as I'm describing it, I also bring up the fact that it's motionless right now because this one's filled in. So I flip it to the gamma one to show them how it activates.
And so when you
And
flip it to
my
the gamma
assumption-
one, this
My
is
assumption is
yeah.
that we have to have it activated to find the gamma piece, and
Yeah.
I'll voice that opinion of mine.
And as you say that and flip it to the gamma one, that same sort of emanation falls through this space that you're in. All of the wood of this hallway and room kind of like settles in this uneery way, almost as if it was like flexing in space. And you get that tingle of like static electricity across your body. And
Everyone
immediately,
taste purple for a second.
what was that? Oh yeah, you can taste purple.
Everything
You
just tastes
can
purple for a second. Hey,
you
Fry.
can see the emotion shame for a second in front of you, and it sort of dawns on all of you, and Chris, your character also feels this,
Okay, I was just gonna ask that.
that gamma has something to do with where you are now.
Has something to do with where Chris is now, or where we are now?
Where all of you are.
Just the house in general.
The basement. So you are all, the four of you down below, feel that feeling more strongly than you did when you
So
were
the
upstairs.
sub-basement.
Yeah.
The
So there's
sub-basement.
something about this space below the basement.
Ow.
I feel like I should run up and give Chris the short version of the story and get her to come with us, as long as the guy's secure up there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is this part motionless or?
So when you change the mode of it, all of these arms swing to like different positions. And then on the two unfilled ones, some of them are kind of ticking in time around their various tracks. But for the two that are filled in, none of the arms move. They just sit pointing at their specific places.
So I'll give Chris the lowdown. I'll answer any questions she has, but I'll also kind of make it apparent that we need to hurry back downstairs.
Yeah, and it is a ways up the stairs. It is like
Yeah.
Wait,
It's a
wait,
long,
wait, wait.
long
We
ways
should
down.
try to find the girl.
So, let's assume that Chris and I came back down before you said that,
okay.
because I'm gonna look at you, and I'm gonna remember something that the gentleman said, and I'm gonna look at Guillermo with this like wide-eyed stare and be like, I don't think the girl is real.
I tried to touch her. I
Yeah, and you
remember.
didn't succeed because your
I didn't
athletics was too
succeed. Yeah,
slow.
Yeah, I was too slow.
Should I miss something?
I'm
That was
pretty sure
last-
the woman.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
last
yeah.
session. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the woman was a manifestation of the box.
Could be. What's the?
Based on what the almost dead guy told me.
Since you're so good with the guy, that it's your new friend.
I mean,
Why
he's
don't you?
unconscious.
Why don't? Yeah, I know, but why don't you ask him if they found the pieces, or if the machine already had them when
He told me that these were the only 2 pieces that they had.
Yeah, he did say that they were already in there.
they're
Right,
already in
but-
there. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll miss that. Um,
I think we continue on into the sub basement
yeah,
because
but
I feel a power from emanating from beyond this door, and I assume the gamma key has to be in that direction.
when
I
I opened
agree.
one of the doors upstairs, change it. What it was like a savannah? Was like a jungle?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
it?
What do you mean a jungle?
Yeah, a hunter. It was a jungle,
It's
or
It
the
was a
middle
jungle,
of
yeah.
winter.
okay, it
It's
was
the
a jungle.
middle of winter.
Yeah.
I know. I opened the door when I was upstairs. I was looking to see if I could surprise the redcoats from the other side, and when I opened the door, there was a jungle.
If the door went outside, you should have been presented with a snowy forest.
Yeah, I know that. Not idiot. But I know where we are. No, we're not in a jungle, fucking jungle.
All right, calm down.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if you guys can feel this, but I definitely feel some sort of energy beyond this hallway.
Well, let's get
You-
to looking.
wait, do you think it would be best to go upstairs and try to find if there is the books over the tables to see if now that we know what we would allegedly be looking for, maybe we could find in the books more answers before we commit to start looking around here without
Well,
not knowing anything.
I mean, we've always kind of run this as a group,
What do you think?
as a group democracy. There's no real leader here. So, what do you guys think as a whole?
No gods, no
What are
kings.
2 options?
Do some
We
more
can go
research.
upstairs to the library
Yeah.
now that we know what we're looking for, and do some research of the books that were like strewn around, or we can travel in the direction of this emanating power at the other end of this hallway in the sub basement.
My character thinks it'd be smart for research. As much as I want to just go down here, I think he would be like, research.
Yeah. Which is fair.
So,
I think research is useful, but do we really know that much more?
how much
We know we're
time do
looking
we
for
have
those
to?
little-
All we know is the
Mm,
Greek
that's-
letters and words that are on this box and what they tell us to do.
And do we think
For,
we'd
for
find
option,
something just so obvious in books?
could get the fuck out of here with the box.
As I say, speaking of things telling us to do, our orders were to retrieve the box. Didn't say nothing about no finding pieces.
That's true.
I leave it up to a vote then. Who says we go down this hallway towards this powerful energy?
Only Albert.
Who says we take the box back to headquarters?
So we've got
Two votes?
we've
Two
got-
votes
yeah.
for that?
Augustine.
Anyone else? And who wants to sit around and read books?
When you present it that way, Albert, you skew the vote.
Yeah, that's skewing the vote.
I didn't though, because we're still tied 2-2.
Yeah.
Which means that leaves me as the tiebreaker.
Yeah, so you have to decide between the 2 options you don't want, which one
And
you
I
want
just-
to do.
Clap you on the shoulders and very earnestly look you in the eyes, and I'm like,
I
"Make choices, my friend."
I spin it back to Alpha,
Okay.
and I say that if I have to pick one of those 2 options, I say we take the box to headquarters.
All right. So you all traipse up the stairs, the long stretch of the staircase coming out.
Before I leave, I want to open the door again.
Which door?
Jungle
The
door.
jungle door?
Oh, yeah.
Jungle door.
Okay. Oops, I don't want to take that with me. I just want you guys.
Welcome to the jungle.
Okay, you guys should move your tokens individually because it's just giving me hell. So yeah, you guys come up at this staircase, and Guillermo, you open the door, and it opens to a very small hallway with another door on the other side.
Okay, I close the door.
Okay.
Did Albert switch it to the one that you find it with the red code?
I switch it to gamma.
All right. You all feel that power emanate through the basement.
Are they gonna want us to come back with it unfinished?
Open the door.
All right, roll a d100.
Oh, shit.
26.
Hunter, you still have the be right back message up.
Oh, I do. Get out of here, be right back message.
Yeah.
They couldn't see it because I wasn't looking at it, but
Fair enough.
Okay, so what did you roll?
26.
26. Okay, so that will trigger our table.
That will trigger the table. It collapses. Wait.
You open the door, and on the other side is a cavernous cathedral with stained glass windows lining.
Is it daytime warm? Like, what's the weather?
It
like
is
there?
clearly nighttime, as the only light that's coming through these stained glass windows is moonlight, as little rainbow speckles cast across the marble floor. And you've clearly opened to what the cathedral would be like a front door, as you are looking down these rows of pews towards an altar. And standing at the altar is a tall, darkly robed figure that is sort of has its back towards you, probably at least 6'6". It's kind of hard to tell because it's standing up on the raised like area of the altar.
Antlers.
It's hard to tell. Guillermo could make
Wasn't a
me
no.
Guillermo could make me an awareness to ponder this hooded figure.
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
God, you're just crushing it.
So the hooded figure turns towards you, raises these, draped in long dark fabric, lowers its hood, and it is a doe deer standing on its hind
Male
legs
deer.
at the altar, and it's looking at you with this hood on and begins slowly clack, clack, clack
Guillermo, close that door
on
right
the
now.
marble floor, walking
Where's
towards
the
you.
bag? What was the letter? What's the letter
Gamma.
in the bag?
That's gamma.
Yeah.
Where's Gamma?
Oh, you say that to the deer?
Oh, it does
Yeah,
not
of
answer. It is
Let's say
slowly
then-
advancing towards you,
Okay, close the door.
hoof over hoof on the marble floor.
All right. When he closes the door, I switch it back to alpha.
All right. And
What
nothing
it worries
nothing
me.
seems to happen. Do you want to open the door again?
I know the door is. Yeah, I opened the door, but I don't know it's the hallway.
Yeah, it's just the hallway.
What it worries me is if we activate the device and we open the door and then we shut the door and then we open the door again, maybe we can't return here or we get trapped on the other side or whatever the fuck.
That's the thing that can happen.
If we get separated and the door closes, maybe we cannot rejoin again.
All the more reason to take this
We
back
have
take
to
the
be very
key.
careful with it.
All right.
I
Are
wanted
we
to
going
try
back to
that
headquarters?
one, but the fucking door was there.
So the group heads upstairs.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So everybody heads upstairs, coming out into the kitchen, probably, because that's the only staircase that you guys have found so far.
We take the red codes.
Oh yeah.
We look for a room in the house and we lock them inside.
You put the body somewhere, or
No,
There's
the live
two
one.
that are still alive.
Yeah, they're still alive. The two that are alive, we take them with us and we lock
oh,
them
you
in.
bring them and
in
lock
a,
them in the room. Okay, I understand.
yeah, in the
Um,
room.
Shouldn't we just strap them to the back of our horses and take them back to HQ?
Yeah,
If
but
we leave
if
them
we
here, they'll
are
starve to
we
death
are
or die.
Yeah, if we
if
leave them
we
here locked up, they're gonna starve.
okay.
The
We
ones
are
gonna
leaving.
bleed out
Yeah,
anyway.
right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll just tie them to the back of the horse and take them with
Yep.
us.
so everybody is. Does anybody want to do anything before you all sort of pile into the coat room, getting ready to leave?
I don't think so.
Okay. So everybody ends up at the entranceway, sort of pondering the things you've seen, talking about the box and the red coats and what it could all mean. And you hear, sort of coming through the wood of the entryway here, that telltale scream coming from outside. And
The mountain lion?
of the mountain lion, and you actually see through the window here the mountain lion comes bounding out of the forest into the clearing, sort of illuminated by this, like, there's like a cone of light here coming from your lanterns and stuff in this coat room. And the mountain lion, screaming bloody murder, comes bounding out and stops
Covered in blood.
dead in its tracks here in this cone of light. And it's like looking around, and it looks at you guys through the window, golden eyes wide, pupils full. And then it hears something, and it looks to the side, off to the west here, and it snarls a noise that you've never heard a mountain lion make before, but you all sort of empathetically recognize it as fear, as it's backing up on its haunches away, and a buck deer comes bounding out and slams it against the ground with its horns.
Yeah.
And then a second one comes out from the other side, almost faster than you can, like,
Fear the deer.
see them. They come pouring out from different angles, and they're goring this mountain lion in the lawn in front of you. Antlers and hooves stomping, and it puts up like a few seconds of a fight before it is completely overwhelmed by like half a dozen, big buck deer as they tear it to pieces. The head goes flying one way, and the rib cage is splayed open by antlers, and they all stomp it into like a furry pulp. And then they stop, and they stand on their hind legs. Sort of, you can't even tell how they do it, because deer are not built to go from 4 to 2, but they all stand, and
They
they
do
walk.
that.
They walk away, all on 2 legs, out into the forest, and disappear into the darkness.
Listen, Hunter, you can like tear apart humans all day long. Don't tear apart kitty cats when I'm here.
I
So
apologize.
Better.
Knocklaw closes the curtains and turns over and says, "Well, I've got good news and bad news."
I'm not going outside.
But we could wait until morning. We don't have
We
to
can just
go
wait
now.
until morning.
Well, I
Dibs on
suggest
the
we
beds.
eat. And I'm gonna wander into the kitchen and look for a wood stove or whatever, and Start building
Since
fire.
we're spending the night, we should do research. Since we're here.
Go to the
Um,
library.
Is there an it's an upstairs room, right? Is there
there's an upstairs that you guys haven't
There's an
really gone
yeah.
through. And with that, we will end our second session of the Safe House, the Flames of Freedom horror story, running as an interlude for our regularly scheduled Scarlet Sash stories. This has been a production of Fiends and Friends in partnership with Grim and Perilous Studios, the publishers of Zweihander and Flames of Freedom. I have been joined today by my wonderful cast of great players, Topher, Hunter, Chris, Ignacio, and Nate, and myself as the GM, Hunter. And we will be back next Friday for the conclusion of this story as we figure out what's going on with the mystery box and these freaky ass deer and this house. And hopefully everybody makes it out alive and sane. But until then, we will have to wait and see. And let's see, do I still have that? I do.
So who wants to get on their horses outside now?
So, quick
What horses?
shout out. There is a adventure campaign coming out for Flames of Freedom called The Two Lodges. It'll be released soon, I believe this month, on Drive-Thru RPG. It is a collaboration of many wonderful writers and content creators who are part of the sort of librarian program that Grim and Perilous runs. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be pretty rad. And otherwise, I don't have anything else to plug besides this coming Wednesday. Fiends and Friends will be doing Star Wars 5th Edition, our second session for that. And then the following Wednesday and probably Halloween night, we will be playing The Happiest Apocalypse on Earth, a powered by the Apocalypse RPG game that our wonderful Chris will be running for us.
That's me.
Yeah, definitely
And-
check out the Wednesdays on the Fiends and Friends channel, guys.
Yeah.
Because they do different TTRPGs all the time.
Every week, or every 2 weeks, we do a new one.
Hunter, talk about the new thing.
Oh yeah, so we're also in the process of developing a new show. It's super preliminary. Really, all the work that we've done is that we were like, hey, we should do another show. And so we are currently searching for players to join in a probably every other week show that will run Monday or Tuesday or Thursday or Sunday. We haven't decided yet.
Because we want to make sure that it works for whoever is actually
Yeah.
playing.
So this is basically an open casting call for anybody who is interested in being part of a TTRPG show. We're looking to start something else new on our Fiends and Friends channel. And so if you're interested, join our Discord, because that's where we will be planning all of that, as well as check out our Twitch channel, which is Fiends and Friends. And we've got a Patreon and Twitter and all the social media that you could possibly think of. And actually, I think we have our little Fiends
For the Patreon.
command that pulls up the Patreon. And actually, I should probably talk to them about changing that to something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
And I've got 2 things real quick, if you're...
I am ready for your 2 things.
Okay. I was just going to kind of piggyback off of Hunter kind of tossing out some info about the new show. In addition to players, if you are somebody who prefers to DM, we also are open to having people DM for Fleeting Fiends on Wednesdays. So if you
Yes.
are into that, please let us know. And sort of unrelated or peripherally related, this Saturday is free RPG day, so check out your friendly local game store and see if they're doing anything for.
I thought
the
that
best
was.
holiday of the
I
year.
thought that was Friday.
No, it's
Wasn't that?
Saturday?
Is it Saturday?
Or at least
Okay.
my game store is doing it on Saturday.
Okay.
Today is Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, all kinds of cool stuff going on. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to my wonderful players for playing. And we will see you Wednesday, Fleeting Fiends, Star Wars 5th Edition. And then come back here Friday for the conclusion of this Flames of Freedom horror story, The Safe House. We will see you later. Have a wonderful night.
Guys, good
Bye
night.
bye.